On this week's breaking news, my Instagram account got deleted, Star Wars August sets are here, LEGO Architecture is adding a new castle, and even more botanicals are on the way. All that and much more on this week's breaking news. Today's episode is brought to you by Brick Bags. If you're like me, you've probably run into the same problem. We love building LEGO sets, but we just don't have the space to keep them all on display forever. So what happens when it's time to rotate them out? Most of us toss the pieces into some random bin or squeeze them into plastic baggies that just don't fit, especially with the instructions. It's messy, it's frustrating, and it's far from ideal. That's where Brick Bags comes in. Brick Bags is an eco-friendly storage solution designed specifically for your LEGO sets, each bag having a clear pouch for the instructions so you always know which set is inside, and a use of a high-quality nylon material. And they come in 4 sizes, from small, perfect for 100-piece builds, all the way up to extra large, which can hold up to 1,500 pieces. They're durable, versatile, and huge upgrades from your usual Ziploc solution. And here's the best part. Brick Bags will be launching their Kickstarter on June 30th. As they hit stretch goals, new colors will be unlocked, so whether you want 1, 2, or 10, you can grab them early and support a project that actually gets how LEGO fans store and sort. Click the link in the episode description to check it out, and seriously, treat your builds better with Brick Bags.
Breaking news.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Back to
Breaking
Brick.
news.
I'm your host Garrett, and this is the podcast where we talk with fellow A-fuls about their LEGO designs, and we get down to the breaking news to talk about all things LEGO's been up to for the past week. Thank you for tuning into this week's podcast. I really appreciate all the support that continues through this podcast because, well, I'll talk about it in just a second, but if you could go subscribe to the YouTube channel at Back to Brick, and also go over to my backup Instagram account. It's the backtobrick, because mine got taken down. As of right now, it's still suspended, going through an appeals process to get it back up. But that's 75,000 followers just kind of into the wind. 5 years of work just kind of disappeared overnight, and I'm just hoping that I can get it back. Otherwise, I'm starting from a fresh start, pretty much under 1,000 followers over on the Back to Brick backup account. So I'd appreciate you kind of helping get the word out on that and coming and joining and supporting that. You can also support the Back to Brick channel over at Patreon, and we actually had 2 new Patreons join. I really appreciate their support as well. We've got Rachel Rice and Steve Miles. I really appreciate your help. You'll get the podcast early without ads, and then really joining in the building community. So on the admin side, as I said, I'm still trying to get my Instagram back. I've been doing a test build, and I'm trying to just, if I have to restart, let's figure out what the restart looks like. And working on another big mosaic commission that I have to work on and present next week. So that's about it for me. And of course, at the end of the episode, we will still be doing our set reviews. Set 71799, the Ninjago City Markets, will be our LEGO set, and our Rebrickable mock will be the Nazgul, the First Encounter by Rebel Nili, Rebelnili. So I'm excited to talk about those sets and, of course, the breaking news. So let's get into this week's first story. Now, this first story is a little rough because this is the post that I think sunk my Instagram account. This is the Star Wars August 1st set releases. Now, there was official leaks all of that day on June 30th, but I waited until there was official announcements later in the evening on June 30th, and I posted it, and then I'm pretty sure that's where they thought I had leaked the images, which they were official, but... So, yeah, as I said, I'm still fighting that. But let's talk about the sets themselves. The first one is the Republic Juggernaut. It's an 813-piece set at $160. And it's the turbo tank. If you don't know, that's from Episode 3, and I think they've used it in the Clone Wars. And the minifigures look pretty good, but the sets just keep getting smaller and smaller, and this one is no different, especially for that price point. And, I mean, it's got the articulated 10 wheels, which is kind of cool, and the minifigures aren't that bad. This one is a little bit of a surprise. It's an Ultimate Collector Series ATST Walker. It's 1,513 pieces at $200. So we're back to the $200 range for a UCS set. Of course, it's not 2,000 pieces. You're already missing almost 500 of that to get to that $200 price range, but such as it is. And it's weird to have a UCS set come out in August. But the reasoning, 100%, is because the Ultimate Collector Series Death Star, Play Scale, whatever it's going to be called, is coming out October 1st. So that they're going to release this early. Since they usually only do 2, this is going to be a 3rd one. And it's a remake of the early 2000s one, and I think it looks nice. It's not super detailed, but it's enough that it looks just like it, and you get the little ATST pilot. Jango Fett's Starship, it's a 770 piece set at $70, so that's not a terrible price point. And you do get 3 minifigures. You get young Boba Fett, Jango Fett, and Lama Su, and it goes along with the latest Ultimate Collector series that just came out with. So you can get this one as more of a play scale style, and it looks very nice. They did a nice job in capturing the full details of it, and at a smaller scale, it means that people that can't afford the Ultimate Collector series one can get this one instead. The Battle of Felucia Separatist MTT. It's 976 pieces at $160. Now, this is the MTT that's blue and gray instead of the brown from episode 1. It's got a lot of battle troops, a total of, 7 battle troopers, and then we've got the commando droids as well. All in all, it is very nice. I love the MTT, and I'm excited to see exactly how they continue to add on to these series. Maybe we'll get some more. I'd love to have an Ultimate Collector series of this, but who knows? Time will tell. Star Wars also released their Star Core Battle Pack, the 327th Star Core Battle Pack, and the V19 Torrent Starfighter. The Battle Pack is $45, so that's quite a lot, but it comes with 4 troopers as well as 3 super battle droids. It's 258 pieces. Continue making your droid and clone army. And then the V19 Torrent Starfighter, it's 567 pieces at $65. It comes with Obi-Wan clone pilot and Asajj Ventress. So those are nice minifigures, and it's of course smaller than the first one that they came out with as well. And I think it still has similar features when you twist the wings up, the tail piece comes back up, but it's still smaller. And that's your Star Wars wrap up coming out on August 1st. It's July, which means LEGO's time to celebrate the holidays for Halloween. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me either, but they came out with their sets already. As you know, we're getting the advent calendars here soon as well. We're getting a Day of the Dead celebration set as well. The Altar of the Dead, it's 231 pieces and $15, and it is a skull. So it actually has the painted colorings and all the flowers, so the different flowers. Think of like cocoa, similar to that. And actually, you can open up the back section of it, and it has a flower area. So celebration, you put your candles and different foods to for those that have passed. And they did just animals for this one. So we've got a dog, a parrot, a cat, and I think another dog for that. And the next one is the Jack-o'-lantern pickup truck. It's 177 pieces at $15, and it looks like we've got a farmer with a giant pumpkin on the back of it with different wreaths around it. So I'm guessing it's similar to what we would see in like a parade float area for the holiday season. And then a Halloween wreath. This is the first time we're getting a wreath other than for Christmas. It's 617 pieces at $40, and the centerpiece is a large bat, cute bat on the top section. And then around it, it's got a little different plants as well as pumpkins. There's a ghost, some spider webs. So that's a fun way to add some more decoration, not just having some of these smaller builds, but having a wreath that you can put on your door or your wall, similar to what you do for the holiday season of Christmas. And another is a Haunted Mansion. It's coming out on August 1st as well. And this has a bunch of fun classic minifigures. This is a 3-in-1 set. It comes with a ghost, the Frankenstein, a werewolf, a skeleton, a vampire, and a creepy tree. And you can build a few different sets with it. One is like a haunted train with a train station, and another is a haunted ship. So 3-in-1s are always really fun when it comes to that stuff. The Bricklink Designer Program Series 4 sets are being shipped out to those who supported it over at Bricklink. But it seems that there's been some confusion over at LEGO where they're starting to cancel orders for people that have purchased them. And there's no real understanding of why. It showed that some people had purchased a few sets and they were planned to be shipped, and then they were just canceled. It said to some kind of error on the LEGO Group's part with production. So does that mean that they don't make enough, or was there some error in the pieces that they printed or the box? Who knows? There could be any plethora of reasons for it, but I hope those that did have their sets canceled do get them reinstated and will get their sets soon enough after that error is fixed. Otherwise, LEGO, you got some answering to do on why those sets weren't shipping. Lego's revealed some new botanicals as well for August. The first is the hibiscus. It's a 660 piece set at $70. And the hibiscus plant, we actually have some in our backyard that have these beautiful flowers of a purple with a very dark purplish pink in the center of it and a yellow stamen to it. And they actually use shells to make the flowers for this. A lot of the new leaf print pieces to it, and it has, of course, out of a pot. But the center structure is a round section going all the way up, showing that it's more of a bush-like than just a plant for it. Another one is the mini bonsai trees. It's 709 pieces at $65. And I really enjoy this one, having the 3 different types of bonsais that you can get. Now, it's not specified what bonsai types they are, but one has leaves that are butterflies, another has some hanging flowers, like drooping pink flowers to them, and the other has the 3 little claws that you'd see from like Wolverine sticking up, so like a pine tree to it. And they have really nice little base pieces because they're all similar bases, but then they have one has a small stand and another has a taller stand, so you can have 3 different tiers of the different builds. And I love the bonsai trees. I haven't gotten the red maple bonsai, Japanese maple, and this one I think might be up there on the list to get next. Lego and Herschel collection is now available. Herschel is the backpack design that you see for a lot of kids going to school, as well as JanSport, and they're doing a limited edition run for Lego. And they've got a bunch of different designs to it. They've got floral designs for the botanical line. They've just got their own basic design, and then some of them are more classy, ones being like a duffel bag and a backpack that are primarily black with a little bit of detail from the Lego side on the bottom sections, and a tote bag. And there's some lunch boxes. They all range, of course, in a bunch of different prices. There's a cross bag that's $50. The standard backpack is $75. And if it's the more aesthetically pleasing one for adults, I'd say it's $90. So they range from a broad price range. But if you're interested in getting something for your kids or yourself, this is something you might want to do before they sell out, since it is a limited run on them. Lego has a new gift with purchase coming out for a diorama. This is the African Savannah. It's a 287-piece set, and it has a few small animals to it. It's got an egg on top of a tree, so some bird is up there, a elephant, and of course it's in a watering hole area with a couple different trees and savanna-like plants. There's also a small bird in there, and you will have to spend $150 or more to get it. I think it looks nice in a way that it aligns with the other 2 that came out, the tropical rainforest and the coral reef of it. I think having these instead of the homes shows a little bit more dynamic for the engagement in the environment to it. Is it the best out of the 3? I still think the tropical one is the best, and then the coral. So this might be third, but I think they've done better than what they did for the Australian Outback postcard, instead of doing, like Sydney or one of the major cities for that. To build your Lego city, you're going to need some buildings, and modular sets have been a big part of that from Lego, but you can also, of course, design your own, and you might even get some support from going over to Blender. There's a new tool released by Tino Klein of the Bricklink, and it actually helps you build some really cool design buildings over at Blender. Blender has been a great way for people to render a bunch of different builds of their own design, or just putting in 3D models to create them into Lego. So this is a fun addition onto that, so you can actually go and purchase it. It is $12.50 for that, but you can create some really unique designs and buildings just in a 3-dimensional environment to have a cityscape for it. And maybe you can even use it for your animation journeys, since Blender is a huge way to continue and animate in Lego. Lego has another fun set that's coming out, the iconic arcade machine. Now, this is kind of just random. It's 468 pieces at a cost of $40. And what's nice about this little set is it looks like a standard arcade game box. It's got space on it and looks like you're playing asteroids. And you can actually put a coin in and it'll spit it out at the bottom. But when you open it up, it's a classic style of room. We've got from the 80s. We've got some game systems, 8-tracks, posters. And it's got some piping. I'm guessing that's for like the electronics of the build itself. It's got an old school computer and some fun little details on decals of it. So at $40, it's something that you wouldn't expect to really enjoy, but I think it's really cool, and especially for those classic video game aficionados. The newest LEGO architecture set is the Neuenstein Castle. It's 3,455 pieces and will release on August 1st at $280. And it might be their best castle they've done. Now, they did the Osaka castle not too long ago, but this one is such an iconic castle you see in like every screensaver you have for a computer. It's primarily on a rock-like structure. They actually used it in World War II for the high-level prisoners of the American military during World War II. And then it became, I don't know what it is now, other than I think just a World Heritage site for it, but it is beautifully done. Really detailed, especially at that high piece count. To get that, if you have $280 and love architecture, this is a set I would highly recommend in purchasing. Mario Kart sets are getting some additions as well. We're getting 2 new ones for this 2025 wave. One is the Piranha Plant Power Up Pursuit. It's 588 pieces, and it comes with 2 cars. One as Pink Toad, and the other is, I always forget his name, the little guy with the shell. And there's a tiny piranha plant in front on 2 wheels that it's chasing. So they're going to try to come get you and eat you with that piranha plant to it. And then the next is Shy Guy and P-Wing. Shy Guy, of course, is the little ghost-like creature, and he's got his own white and red car, and it has a little umbrella, it's not umbrella, paraglider on top that looks like a little plane to it. And that's 249 pieces. So those will be nice additions to the continued adventures of Mario and Mario Kart. The LEGO Group has named a new senior vice president and global head of LEGO Games. His name is Frederick Loving, and he stated, "I'm honored to join the LEGO Group, a brand I've admired for many years and loved since childhood, a brand that continues to evolve and engage its audience in new and creative ways. It's an incredible, exciting time to join the LEGO Group team as we continue to innovate and offer new best-in-class digital play experiences for our audience." I mean, they built an entirely new facility in Copenhagen catered towards LEGO games. So this is an expansion in that, and trying to get someone who's been a huge force in video gaming to come and help LEGO with theirs. So I'm excited to see what the future will hold for that. I hope that we get some classic video game reboots and maybe a Bionicle game again. Maybe don't cancel the one that some fans made that we all just wanted to play. A school in the UK decided, well, why don't we send a minifigure to space? So they actually did this little experiment at a primary school showing that they were going to track this weather balloon and have a little minifigure on it. And it would measure temperature and winds, relative humidity, pressure, and other things just for the one passenger, Dan the Lego Man. And it was released on the 18th of June and anticipated to land somewhere in Derbyshire. The tracking shows it online, and kind of the fun adventure of the little video camera selling this minifigure on the edge of space. LEGO's continuing its global expansion into, well, getting everyone to enjoy LEGO, and India is their next big target. And they wanted to grow this as they have their latest certified store in Delhi with a filmmaker named Karan Johar, who talked about the Indian culture and role of gifting with it. The campaign was over on Instagram, talked about his shopping spree at the store, and feeling generous was the hashtag, and it was posted by a lot of celebrity responses by Twinkie Khan, Farah Khan, Maria Rajput, and a few others talking about their love of LEGO and the great way of integrating that with the Indian community. Having a film created by a filmmaker, it embodies that there's still creativity in the iconic storytelling that can be made from LEGO through someone that does that all the time. They said this campaign was more than just a fun collaboration, made me rethink gifting entirely. For years, I've told stories through my films. With LEGO India, I get to recreate these stories in miniature, imaginative ways. It reminded me that the best gifts aren't always grand. They're thoughtful, playful, and built with meaning. LEGO Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy Pieces of the Past. It's the newest addition onto the Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy series. That this will be, I guess, season 2, unless they call it like another mini series. But they have a new villain coming online, and Dan Stevens is joining the cast as Solitus, a fallen Jedi who sought out access to the Force Hold, a secret realm full of discarded pieces of the past. And he's primarily known from dramas such as Downton Abbey and Solar Opposites. And it'll be a fun addition to have a continuation of this story. And it comes out on September 19th. So look out for some of these, as they've just come out with a new Lego set that we'll talk about here in a second. And excited to see how they continue to expand on this fun alternate universe with Lego Star Wars. There's a new LEGO Ideas contest called Build Your Favorite Hobby as a future gift with purchase build. So you can go over there and you have to build something that is related to your hobby between 200 and 250 pieces. The contest does end on July 40th. The top 15 builds will be chosen to go to fan vote on August 11th, and the winner will be selected on September 3rd. So if you'd like your build of a hobby to be made into a gift with purchase, definitely go over to the website there and submit your idea. Who knows? Maybe it will become a gift with purchase that somebody else will be able to build someday. LEGO continues their expansion with Nike. Their Nike Dunk set actually sold out pretty quickly. A lot of kids just love shoes. Just not my thing. But they have these new Dunk Low sneakers dropping on September of this year. And they're just the standard Nike low shoes. They've got the big swoosh, and I think they're made of leather, but they're just black with some, they're just white with some black accenting and a Lego logo. There's even a little Lego logo on the inside as well. But that's pretty much it. It's pretty straightforward. Nothing crazy about these. And I hope that they come out in adult sizes, but it looks like they're likely to just be for kids. LEGO Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy has a new set coming out. We were all wondering why, but with the expansion of the show, this is their newest addition, the Force Burner Snowspeeder. And it comes with our newest villain, as well as Sig Griebel and Darth Dev and Solitus. So I'm excited to see exactly what these will become, but it's a fun little snowspeeder with a bunch of different colors. It looks like it's like a hot rod. It's got different canopy that's black with trans yellow windows to it, and then fins on the either side that's got flames on it. I wonder if it will be powered by the Force alone. And it's a fun set at $55, but it is 349 pieces, so not too much going for it at that price point. LEGO's offering a new internship position, Generative AI Internship. Now, there's been some backlash on it, and they've decided to actually take it down. They are looking to get somebody who can help with that process of using generative AI for Lego. And to be honest, I don't get the backlash anymore. Generative AI is not going anywhere. It's only going to grow. It doesn't mean creativity dies. A human brain is completely different than a calculated brain, because that doesn't understand that perfection isn't the only way. There are definitely other ways to create art. So I look at Lego at this. They're trying to get ahead of it. And I think if you just market it as AI for certain things, then I think that should be fine. People are going to change over time. And AI is not going anywhere, but becoming more integrated in our lives. Lego Creator Celebrations Ferris Wheel with Fireworks is now live. This is a gift with purchase celebrating the 4th of July. It's 230 pieces, and you can get it from now until July 6th with a purchase of $85 or more. And it's just a small scale Ferris wheel and then some fireworks exploding above it. Nothing you need to run out to the store and buy. The July sets were okay, so it's not something that is really that important to go get as a gift with purchase. The LEGO Group was recognized again as Time's 100 Most Influential Companies list. Of course, it's been that for probably the past 5 years now. So having this be a really big recognition for the company and continuing their expansion into, the toy realm and creativity. Lego and Nike are continuing in their expansion of their partnerships, as I've talked about before, and they've got some new t-shirts coming out with minifigures that are painted in silver playing basketball and a white t-shirt background. They even have a basketball that's yellow and black with the Nike Lego brick check mark. And so we're going to continue seeing more and more expansions like this, and shoes. Hopefully we get some more adult stuff as well. And that's all the Lego news we have this week. Thank you all for tuning into the podcast as always. I really appreciate your support. Please go over and support the backup account, as I'm still going to continue to try to build that until maybe I get my account back. That's backtobrick, so back to brick, spelled out this time. And then really enjoy the podcasting as I continue to do this every week. Next week might be a little different, as I will be out of town for those last 3 days for the commission work that I'll be working on, but I'll see what I can do. All right, let's get into our set reviews. Our first set is set 71799, the Ninjago City Markets. This is a 14 plus set at 6,167 pieces. You'll get 2,405 insiders points, and it has 21 minifigures. It is 19 inches high by 21 inches wide and 10 inches deep. So it is a large set. It is aligned with the modulars that they've done for the Ninjago City line. And it is a cost of $370, and it has 80 reviews at 4.5 stars. Now, what I like about this one in comparative to some of the other ones is it has that fun little tram that connects the upper section on the left-hand side with the lower section on the right-hand side. And it has a gear system that'll pull it up and down. And it actually is catered to having somebody that has a wheelchair going from one end to the other. It, of course, has the plethora of different details and small hints throughout it. A lot of artistic takes as well as colorings to it. We've got a cherry blossom on the top roof of a building. We have some posters on the back section talking about like mechs from Ninjago. And, of course, there's a squid holding a pan because that's where you're going to go eat some fried squid. And just different really fun aspects to the whole thing. It does have a river section on the bottom because Ninjago's right on the water there. It does have the levels can be separated and lifted off, as well as they have some rooms that you can pull out and have those kind of interact and play with instead of just having to open doors to see inside them. It has a really fun little play area as well where it has a jukebox and you can play pool. The wheelchair access has a ramp that goes up and down also on the lower level to get in the boat. And 21 minifigures. You can't go wrong with having so many of those. And if you're a Ninjago fan or really want to build onto your Lego City, this is a fun addition to that. And there's a link in the description to support that and the podcast. And our Rebrickable build is the Nazgul, the first encounter by Rebel Neely. And this is a cool kind of diorama style for Lord of the Rings instead of just what we've seen in their large-scale builds and the gifted purchase that they did. This has a large tree with a root system that goes right around, wrapping onto the bottom section. And this is where the hobbits hide. We've got Frodo, Sam, and Pippin, although they need Merry and Pippin in there, so we'd have to add that. But then we have a Nazgul looking over the tree, trying to sniff out the ring. There's also the black horse that's included as well. So as he's on the road searching for the ring, the tree is pretty big. It's not comparable to a minifigure size, but I think that's because, well, the minifigures the hobbits they're smaller. They're still minifigure scale on the upper torso section. And it's 847 pieces. You will have to buy the instructions at a cost of €850. Convert, I think that's like $10 in US. But if you're a Lord of the Rings fan and you love this scene and continuing in a scene-like style to this, there's probably going to be other things that you might like. Rebel Neely has some other really fun builds related to Lord of the Rings, so you can go and check that out on their page. All right, everyone, that's all I have. Thank you again for tuning into the podcast. Fingers crossed that I get my Instagram back, and I'll leave you as I always do. Get creative, get out there, and go build something.